Yep, so here I am, yep. See the name I gave this, right? I posted a video earlier this morning that some people are saying, oh, it's gone. I took it down. Yes, I did. I put that damn thing in private because I had to do some investigating into smartphones for the fact that I don't own a smartphone. Okay? I've told people this so many times and some people don't listen. I mean, what can I say? I had a person come at me the other day telling me, oh, blah, 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 because I updated my phone, got a new smartphone, and assuming that I do my videos from a smartphone. Yeah, I had a person in the comment section that made the assumption that I do my videos from a smartphone. Totally off base. No, I do not do my videos from a smartphone. That's completely gone wrong, total wrong turn. Okay. But I called what I called because of what I saw. Okay. To find out after the fact that I don't know why they put this stuff in phones. I've known for years now if you use a mirror, you can reverse everything. Yep, I've known that for years. But, he was driving, right? And he was filming. And I was watching this stuff happen. And this ain't right. This is not normal, okay? Well, I guess it is normal, huh? Yeah, I guess if you own a smartphone, I don't think there's anything good about owning a smartphone personally. Because after all, if you investigate smart, it takes you back to military, takes you back to weapons. G5 be coming out. Yep. So, but just the same, I do not own one. I've told people this a million times, so I'm going to do this. This is what I have. This is my phone. Yeah. You see how smart that isn't? Do you understand how smart that isn't? If I want to text, see it's got the ABCs, all the letters, have ABC, D, F, G, of the alphabet there, then I have to go tick, 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 tick. Take forever. Takes forever just to write a sentence to somebody. So no, I do not have a smartphone. I don't care to have a smartphone. Don't need a smartphone. I have a desktop, and I have a high-end desktop of that. Okay, I have a desktop. I have a webcam, and I have a high-end desktop, and I do everything from my computer. Okay, so no, I don't have a smartphone. And when it comes to Blue Skies Media, yeah, he probably has a smartphone. Who don't nowadays, right? Y'all got your phones glued to your face, right? I don't. Y'all got to have your phones with you everywhere you go. I don't. I really don't care. Sometimes I don't even take my phone with me. Other times I do. You know, if I'm expecting a phone call or something, I'll remember my phone. Other times I don't even remember my phone. And it'll be here at home when I'm gone. Somebody will call me. They'll be calling my desk. That's happened quite often. So, so anyhow, a friend of mine that comes over and visits, we talk quite often. But anyhow, a friend of mine, he calls me up. He had a really bad timing. Okay. But just the same, he called me up concerning the tattoo and mirroring with a smartphone without a mirror. Okay. And I was going to do investigating work. So that's why I took the other down. Because it ain't like I can't have access to a smartphone or to test the theory out myself. After all, Heather has a smartphone. My brother has a smartphone. My son has a smartphone. See, they're surrounding me. They're just not mine, and I don't use them. I know nothing about them. So I was going to have either Heather or my brother or my son, and I was going to do a little bit of experimenting today with the cell phone to see if I could reverse things, then reverse them back, then reverse them back. Because I also had the other thought of, if you had a tattoo on the right hand side of your body and a smartphone reverses it when filming with a smartphone, and the tattoo is on the right side to put it on the left side, I says, okay, but he's got the tattoo going from right to left to right to left. But then I find out there's settings in the phone that you can set the phone up and change the settings and use it again. And you can make that happen just to change the settings of the smartphone. Now, of course, I don't know why you would want to change the settings in your smartphone to make something go from right to left to right to left outside of playing mind games like with the tattoos. So, Blue Sky Media obviously has a smartphone that reverses it. And because we've witnessed the tattoo being on both sides of his neck, that would suggest that he's also changing his settings. And when he does, of course, it puts it to the other side of the neck, right? So, what can I say? But to me, that would be deception or games. You know, why would you, just okay, let's say you use your smartphone to do your videos. And when it videos you, it reverses it. And your tattoo's actually on the right side of your neck, on the right side of your body, on the neck. And it reversed it to the left. Well, why wouldn't you just leave it the way it is? If you wanted it to be on the right side of the body, wouldn't you change the settings so it put it on the right side of the body? I don't know. I mean, I'm not in the guy's head to tell you. But it doesn't change my gut feelings. It doesn't change the fact that I feel the guy is not being honest. And I'll tell you what. And I know for a fact he's not TFL. No, he's not TFL. The red flags are there. And I would tell you, pay attention to the red flags. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, the guy clearly said the rage is coming on again. I feel that rage coming on again. And then he stressed it, the uncontrollable rage. So, and he clearly did do that. So, and the other thing, of course, is when it comes to being TFL, people that are really suffering from TFL, they go their whole life being pushed out. When they try to talk to their male friends, most of their male friends will shame them, tell them it's their fault, won't acknowledge them, and stop hanging around them. So they won't talk to their male friends because they don't want to lose their male friends. We have that. We have the fact that most TFLers really have nobody they can talk to. They come online and they speak up to another TFLer. That TFLer answers back and they understand each other. They support each other because they both are living the same thing. And now they have a friend who they can vent to. And actually, if you can vent, it helps. It don't take away the problem, but it does help, okay? The stress of living TFL, I said it from the very beginning when the first video I ever made, will eat you from the inside out. It will destroy you. You will wind up with high stress that'll lead to health problems, okay? You will become, well, they say we're woman hater, right? Well, what did you think was going to happen when women rejected them for year after year after year after year? Went from one woman to two women to three women to five women to 20 women to 30 women to 40 women to 60 women to 100 women to 200 women to 300 women over time. And every last one rejected them, and every last one had the same excuse, the same cop out that somebody else. Oh, there's more than enough fish in the sea, Social engineering's done a wonderful job. And so guys that are truly TFL, because I've been doing this a long time, and I've met one hell of a lot of TFLers, or guys that are struggling, the common denominator is they feel a little relief when they meet somebody they can actually talk to. And this guy don't represent that at all. Out of all the comments he's had from real TFLers, he doesn't represent that at all. That would be correct in that last comment. You don't need a government to create Elliot Rogers. Society is perfectly capable of creating murders on their own. Well, unfortunately, you're so correct. You know, and that's to Mathis Black or whatever you like there. You are correct with your statements. But you also have to understand social engineering was controlled and orchestrated by governments from the elite at the top. And that's where we got our behaviors from. And it didn't happen overnight. In baby steps, decade after decade after decade, we have destroyed society, completely changed people's mindsets and thinking, and we have destroyed care. Now we're in a society where, well, you got really skillful, haven't you? You have learned how to create your very own killer. You sure have. You have specialized in how to do onto somebody else that you don't want done onto yourself. That's really what you've done. Our behaviors are from social engineering. So, you know, and that is a fact. I don't care what you say, it's a fact. Okay, I can back that 1,000 times over. But I've told people for a long time now that I did not have a smartphone. I've always known if you took a camcorder and you put it in a mirror, stood in front of a mirror and filmed yourself, it would reverse things on you. But I didn't realize the smartphones had the technology they have. But then when you don't have one and you don't use one, you wouldn't know that, would you? That's right. And I only called what I saw, but it doesn't change my opinion. Okay, the guys associating with Monday Forever Alone Monday. I showed you the website. My gut feeling screams what's going on here. And that gut feeling is still there. That hasn't went away. But it does appear that he can use his smartphone and make himself appear and change and flip everything. So, okay, you go ahead and use that smartphone and you flip things up. But you've already stuck out the red flags. Okay, and you've already told on yourself when you absolutely don't leave comments. As you know, hey, I do like the troll that came at me and said that the reason Blue Skies Media don't leave comments is because he's completely illiterate and that he don't know how to write nor spell, and that there's a friend that's doing all this for him, and that's the reason he don't leave comments. So then I typed back and said, show me the proof. Then the next day he gave me the proof. His proof was me. I started laughing. His proof was me that I don't know how to write and I don't know how to spell. And that I can't read. That was terrible proof. Yeah, I first want to tell you my spelling sucks. I do spell some words right and I spell some words wrong. But I can read. Okay, and I've done a lot of reading in my life. Okay, I also have trade skills that this clown probably don't even have. Several of them, okay? And I'm good at what I do. And your education system, you know, when you want to use that kind of stuff on somebody and say that, but you don't possess the skill to go look to see what's really going on around you, You don't possess the skill to pay attention to what's going on around you. You actually become part of the problem. And then you think you have room to criticize somebody else? That's the coffee pot calling the kettle black. Sure is. So I had to get that out there. I would say that Forever Alone Monday is definitely an agent. The website I showed you is definitely him. My gut screams it. It's him. And this is why he's so professional. He's linked into Hollywood. And I would say we have to keep our eyes close on Blue Skies Media because we know he's not a TFLer. We know he's acting. Okay? There's no doubt about that. The guy's putting on a show and act. So we need to keep our eyes on that because I don't want it to be true. I don't want it to be so, but it could be the next Satellite Rogers, huh? Wouldn't be hard to create the next Satellite Rogers. The problem is George Sidini was quite real. See, we didn't need an actor to lie to anybody when it came to George Sidini. See, our society did a successful job of pushing him out, denying him a life, and blaming him for what they done to him. And we see this going on all the time in today's society. People, the perpetrators, victimizing their victim, the perpetrator, the predator, the villain, and then turning around and blaming the victim and playing the victim role themselves and painting their victim out to be a villain, the perpetrator. And I've watched this happen in life so many times. I even had my own brother pull that very same thing. That's right. He walked into when my mother passed away, he walked into the crematory. My mom was in a nursing home. She had fallen and broke her hip. They took her from home to the nursing home. They repaired her hip, and then she had to go into a nursing home for rehab. While there, her insurance ran out, and my brother was too stupid to take her out of there. So they seized her Social Security check, her retirement check, and now she didn't have a retirement or it's been in a nursing home. She passed away. He walked in there, had her body sent to a crematory. She had a life policy insurance. She thought she was going to be buried. He sent her to a crematory, walked into the crematory, and told everybody in the crematory, or told the people in the crematory, that he was my mother's only child. When I found my mother's body, he was pissed. He was, how the hell did he find our mom's body from Minnesota? I'm in Florida. He's in Minnesota. How did he do that? I want to know, you know. And then, of course, he had to flip the script and say, well, it's because I was chasing my mother's money. I'm in Minnesota. I know what the life policy insurance was. I know it wasn't for very much money. It was only for like $7,000. Probably wouldn't have even paid for the cost of the funeral. Okay? I already knew who the beneficiaries was because my mom showed it to me. I knew all about it. But my older brother thought that I was stupid, knew nothing about it. And he was the one chasing the money. That's why he sent her to the crematory so he could save the life policy insurance money. Lied to him and said that she didn't have life policy insurance. So he could get the state to pay for the cremation. So he could pocket the check. And then he flipped it and told my other brother that I was chasing my mom's money. That's right. You know how that goes, right? See, your own family does that to you. Now, let's look in society. How many TFLers' families support him? How many people that are awake to what's going on in society have their families supporting them. When you start really looking into that, you'll find out GFLers don't get support from their families, and people who are awake don't get support from their families. Most people get dumped on by their families. And people who will dump on their own family members will also dump on anybody else. And welcome to the society we live in. So yeah, you people have figured out the way to create your very own killer. Well, that took a lot of intelligence, didn't it? Whine and cry because somebody blew your friend's head off or your brother's head off or whatever, or her head off. And then, oh, they were such a good person when they were a piece of shit. Yeah, I know, I said it, didn't I? You know, it's sort of like when I used to tell you right off the bat. Yep, they were a piece of shit that fell out my you-know-what. Need to put them back in the toilet and flush them. Yeah. So, I still have the same feelings when it comes to Blue Skies Media and Forever Alone. No, Mr. Monday Man over there. You know, the other day I watched him put up a video. I seen it go up. I didn't go look at it. I waited about a half an hour or so and I clicked on it. It was like a 16-minute video or whatever. It wasn't real long. I watched maybe 5 minutes and said, fuck this, and shut it off. And I waited about a half an hour to an hour. He had like 800 views on it, right? And then an hour or so later, I see Monday, Forever Alone Monday post the same video up again. And it came up, and I was like, what? He already posted this up a couple hours ago. So I went and looked, and it was brand new. He only had like freaking, when I looked, it only had like 40 views. But when I was on it, it had over 800. Now it's only got 40. That's because Forever Alone Monday took the video down and re-put it back up, which tells you he's worried about something he said, huh? Yeah, that's what that is. I tend to not take my stuff down. The reason I took the one I posted up this morning down is because I knew at that point, and I need to go look into this. So I yanked it back down. I wanted to look into it for myself. I needed to know because I don't have a smartphone. And I needed the truth. I needed to know. That's the reason that other video disappeared. And that's the reason I'm here now. I told you people I'm honest. I don't like pushing bullshit on anybody. And I'm not going to come up here and deliberately deceive anybody. I cannot give you information I know nothing about. Okay, because the highest I go with cell phone technology is right here. A dumb phone. I call it my dumb phone. And I don't own a smartphone. I don't want to own a smartphone. Don't care to own a smartphone. Now you can see why I did not know they had put this mirroring technology in these phones, and through settings you can change it, make it flip back and forth. Complete insanity. Okay, well, I guess in an insane world full of lying people, what can we expect? I always have my live streams go up on my channel. Okay, Ron, what live stream have you seen that did not archive on my channel yet? I know why you say that. Because Mr. Hoka, don't always have his live streams go up on his channel. That's his channel. That's his right. That's his privilege, okay? If that's what he chooses to do, then that's what Steve does, okay? You understand that? That's Steve. Steve's being Steve. That's who Steve is, man. Okay, I don't do that myself. Anytime I do a live stream, when I'm done, it'll process and automatically go up on my channel. That's where that comes from. So mine will always come up on my channel. Hey, if it don't come up on my channel, I'm gonna be looking to see why it ain't on my channel. Okay, I'll be looking to see why, because I don't do that. Okay, but I'm not gonna take Steve's rights away from Steve. Steve, I'm sure, has a reason how he feels to why he does what he does. Okay, so that's that's what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay, but with that, guys, I'm not gonna stay here. But I wanted to come up here, and I'm not going to take down my other video neither, okay? Because, see, I'm a human being, like you're a human being, and we all make mistakes, and there's knowledge, this world's a big school. There's always something being learned. And it's something I did not know, and that's the reason my other video was removed. And I didn't even remove it. I just put it on private. And so I put it on private mode so I can investigate. And before I could get much investigation done, my friend Brian was already playing with a smartphone and figured it out and was calling me. Truth is Sweet came up here. That other guy came up here, Buffalo Bill, whatever, and said what he said, okay? And I seen his assignments. And it was that Buffalo Bill guy and that other Bill guy showed you in the video that caught my attention, and I thank them. All thumbs up, I thank you. You caught my attention, and I realized, hey, I got to go look into this shit. I got to look. I got to find out. Okay, so I put that video on private that was up because their comments didn't come in until after I already made that video. Then their comments came in, okay? Then Brian calls me. Okay, so, and matter of fact, as I was bringing this live stream up, Steve Hoka called me. And I told Steve, yeah, I know. That's what the live stream is going to be about. Yep, that very topic, Steve. Why? Because, see, I had to look. I had to find out. Because I have my dumb phone that doesn't do what your guys' phones do. But I don't need it to, man. Not really. I'm serious. I don't. I have my desktop. It's a high-end desktop. It's a really high-end computer. Yeah, it actually is, man. You people knew what kind of desktop I had and what it had in it. But you ain't going to buy this computer that I got at Walmart. No, you're not. You're not even going to buy it at Office Depot. No, you're not. Not even at Staples. No, you're not. This computer is not for sale on the market. You have to go to a computer store and have one built. And you got to know what you're going to put in it, or you got to build it yourself. I have a high-end computer. Okay? You know what, Tehran? I think we have a whole lot of shields and agents around us. A lot more than people really realize. There's a lot of people trusting people that they shouldn't be trusting because there's so many people that have sold their soul out off of the tool who don't care, because we live in a society filled full of people that don't care. It's sad. But I did want to get up here, so no. I'll take back what I said on Blue Skies Media as far as the tattoo stuff goes. Says cell phones do have this ability. Okay? I think it's wrong that they do, but who am I, right? But I'm not taking back how I feel about the guy, and I'm not taking back he's not a TFLer. Okay? Nope, I'm not going back on that. And I still say, Keep your eyes open. And I'm not taking back anything on Monday Forever on Monday. I give that guy more than enough chances to make a reply at me, say, yeah, we can do a live stream and straighten things out. But he's ignoring and moving on and ignoring and moving on and ignoring and moving on. And when you can't have a debate with somebody without losing, that's what you do. You ignore and you keep pushing the lie, and you ignore and you keep pushing the lie, and you ignore and you keep pushing the lie. And you didn't see me ignore now, did you? Even when I said what I said, when I realized I might be wrong, I had to investigate to find out. I put the video on private that I did this morning, and I'm back this afternoon on a live stream telling you what I found out, because I don't have a smartphone. No, actually, that's not shocking, Ron. See, people that have months of subscribers are people that are either going along with the propaganda, the lie, or people that are agents. People who are telling real truth don't have a bunch of subscribers because Google won't let you. Think about the channels I've lost over the years. Even think about Steve Hofigo, for example. Even his views froze. His subscribers froze. He's been stuck in one spot for over 6 months. That's because they're coming after the manosphere now. You got to remember, the majority of Steve's work has been dating scene topics. The majority of my work has been NWO and dating. NWO. New World Order topics. Truth. And when you touch truth and you're really about real truth, you don't get the subs. Why? Because they won't let you. I've watched my channel for 6-7 years now. I get 4 or 5 subs. Google takes away 3 or 4. I get 4 or 5 again. They take away 3 or 4. I get 4 or 5 again. They take away 3 or 4. Then I'll get 4 or 5 and they'll let me keep them. Then I'll get 4 or 5 and they'll take away 3 or 4. Then I'll get 4 or 5 and they'll take away 3 or 4. And they repeat that over and over and over and over for the last 6.5 years. That's why I only have that many subs, because I'm not allowed to grow. It's sad, but it's true. Yeah, 122460, 12246001, and 12246002. That would be right, Ron. The only one you're missing is 12246001. Then there's TFL Truth that's still up that I'm locked out of. There's the TFL Warhammer. The last time I looked was up, but I'm locked out of it. Oh, yeah, I'm locked out. I can't get in. My channels, and I can't even get on them. Okay, so, you know, what can I say? That's what truth does to you in today's society, man. Truth ain't allowed. With that being said, guys, I'm getting out of here.